Welcome to Solo Parent Strength, Navigating with Resilience, the podcast that celebrates the incredible strength and resilience of single parents. Your host is Nancy Kim, and she's honored to join you on this journey of empowerment. In each episode, we'll dive into uplifting stories, offer practical advice, and connect you with valuable resources to support you in your solo parenting journey. Together, we'll rewrite the narrative of solo parenting and forge a community built on strength and empowerment. Let's dive in.
Hello, SPR heroes. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're listening to or tuning into. My name is Nancy Kim, as you heard, and today's episode will be navigating co-parenting waters. How do you foster a great communication between you and the significant parent and you guys are not together anymore? My introduction to this is just co-parenting can be done right, especially if the significant others are willing to be as transparent and communicative as possible. When co-parenting is done right, you create a stable and nurturing environment for your children, almost that they never even feel the change after a separation or a divorce. At the heart of a successful co-parenting are effective communication and cooperation between the parents. And here are the key points that I came up with, and you can add to the list. If you have anything that you want to add to the list, kindly add to the list and add it on the points or under where they ask you how was the episode today. You can add some of your points there so we can read about it. So I came up with about 7 points, and the key points that I came up with, number 1 is open communication. Open communication is very, very vital. The importance of being honest, of being respectful and clear in your communication will really help with co-parenting. Utilizing tools and strategies to facilitate communication like co-parenting apps or scheduled meetings or maintain a shared calendar for children's schedules. For an active parent, most of the time, if your children are going to school, of course, you're going to have your children pretty much the whole week. And then some people decide to do every weekend with the other parent who's not active, or maybe they can decide to do it 2 weekends and then you keep them on the other 2 weekends, depending on your own open communication and relationship that you guys have developed. And let us understand here, co-parenting is not good for us as parents. It is good because it gives us time to breathe, gives us time to recuperate, but at the same time, you need to understand that co-parenting is mostly for the children and the attachment that they have with their father or with their mother. So don't do it just for you. Always put it at the forefront, the priority of open communication and co-parenting. Number 2 is to create a unified front. What do I mean by that? Presenting a united front to the children. Never show the kids what's happening behind the scenes. They will know something is happening, but they won't fully get it because you guys are really fronting for them. You are, it's sort of like acting. Let me just get to the bottom of it. A front is like acting. You reinforce shared values rules, disciplinary strategies, the same things mama does, the same things daddy will do, and you guys have a commonality on how you are raising these children. Discussing how to handle disagreements in parenting styles and decisions is very vital, especially to finding those common grounds for all of you guys to be able to have shared values and shared rules and disciplinary strategies and stuff like that for the children. Talk about it and then figure out a way to go about it, and then you enact the shared values. Number three, that I wrote down was about respectful engagements. Respectful engagement is really, really vital because um, children don't follow what you say. Children follow what you do. Actions is what children look at. So they want to be able to see how you guys treat one another, and they will learn a lot on how they will treat others, even in school, even in their adult life. So practicing respect and understanding towards each other's roles and responsibilities will really allow you guys to be able to co-parent with respect, and then also to set a good example for those children that you guys are raising. Sharing appreciation and acknowledgement for each other's effort in parenting. This is where we all go wrong. We never appreciate one another. We never share appreciations or acknowledgments. We are always focused on the negative instead of focusing on the positive. And wherever the energy is focused on, that's where the energy grows. So if you focus on looking at what the other person didn't do, you're going to magnify the situation, and the situation will become even bigger. So the best part is to be very positive with it and always magnify the positivity of the other counterpart. Even if you see one good thing the person has done, even if they came on time, maybe they bought something for the children, or maybe children spoke about something, always go back and appreciate this person, because the more you appreciate, the more someone wants to do more, and the more things are done, the better for your children in both areas. So that is number 3 of respectful engagement. Number 4 is flexibility and adaptability. Flexibility and adaptability, because both of you guys are chartering into new waters. Probably you have never been single before, you have never been a single parent before. You're trying to get acquainted to this situation. You're trying to get to know how to deal with your feelings, to deal with the children, to deal with the other counterpart. It can be tough, but try to be as flexible as possible and adaptable to situations that are new to you. That will help you to accommodate what it is that you're going through. The importance of being flexible with schedules while maintaining consistency for children. At the end of the day, you're doing this for the children, and then you're doing this for you. So always try to be as flexible as possible so that it can help you and your children move into better and newer environments and be able to adapt well to stay in there and be happy with the situation that you're in. Be grateful that at least you have your children. Be grateful that at least you have a roof over your head. Be grateful that at least you have children. There's so many people who are looking to have children and they don't have children. So at the end of the day, we want to stay as grateful as possible and look at the positive sides of life more than the negatives. Adapting to changes and unexpected situation cooperatively. Both of you guys are still getting to maneuver the situation. You're still getting to know how to deal with each other in these situations. It's always good to express your feelings, but at the same time, say them the best way possible. I heard a comment one time of somebody who said, "It's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's not what you say, it's how you say it." We can both have the same things to say, but we can decide to say them differently and they will come up with different meanings. So always be careful on how you say things, and so that they can come out not sounding disrespectful or not being able to care for the other person's feelings. So it's going to take a little while to learn all these things, but I promise you, if we keep exercising on these things, we keep working on these things, I promise you, things will be super, super amazing. Legal and financial agreement, that is going to be my fifth one. This is where a lot of people struggle with, and personally, this is how I feel about this legal and financial agreement. The better you don't involve the government, the better for you. But if your counterpart is not someone you can work things with, then you can involve the government. Because if you are a straight up human being and you want to take care of your children, you want to make sure your children are well taken care of, you want to make sure your children are having the same life that you are having, and probably even better, you don't need to go through childcare for you to provide for your children. A man is as good as someone who takes care of his family and his children, and a woman the same way is as good as a woman who takes care of his children and her family. So understanding and adhering to legal agreements and financial responsibility will be super amazing for you to work things through in a very cooperative way, because most people disagree on the legal agreements and financial agreements. That's where a lot of people have a problem with. So if you guys got legally divorced and you guys had some things drafted down in the courthouse, and you guys are supposed to have visitations and this and that, please adhere to those things so that you don't bring more problems to your life, because especially when cases go to court, it's a different bowling game. If you guys agree to handle things as mature adults, that is a different bowling game. I respect people who try to keep their children and their marital situations and separations out of the courtrooms, because as much as we do understand that the courthouses are here to make sure that your child is paid for, your children are paid for, don't forget that the court also has a lot of power that they can exercise on your children in case things don't work out the way you guys are supposed to work them out. And when children go to the system, they will never come out the same. So let us protect these little ones that we both decided to bring on board without their permission. Seeking mediation or legal counsel when necessary to resolve disputes might be another good way to go. Look for counselors, look for co-parenting counselors who can talk you guys through situations and help you maneuver the new lifestyle that you're living in. That will really help to dissolve some of the disputes that you guys might have, and it might not affect the children. There's a Swahili saying that we say that nyati wawili wakipigana, nyasi ndio umia. So that means if two bulls are fighting, the grass is the one that gets the damages. So the same way with parents. If two parents are fighting, according to the proverb, the children are the ones who will suffer the consequences of it. So the lesser parents, or if parents don't fight at all, it is going to give children a peaceful environment for them to thrive and for them to know what to expect in their society. Most of the time, us parents are the ones who send wrong messages to our children. And then when they turn out to be whomever they turn out to be, we start blaming schools, we start blaming communities, we start blaming everything else except ourselves. We need to remember that children spend more time with us. So they learn a lot of things from us. I'm not saying that they don't learn from school or community, they do, but the first people children learn from is parents. And then whatever else they learn out there, they will learn out there. But instilling good foundation for the children and acting mature in the home where children are being raised is super important. It's very important for us so that we can be able to build a community that will last us a long time, and that will reduce a lot of crimes and a lot of domestic violence and a lot of abuse in the community, because our family is the foundation of our community, and it plays such a big role in a community or in a country. Number 6, support systems. Let us all try to build a support network, including family, including friends, professional counselors, and anybody that you can rely on to navigate the co-parenting challenges, because sometimes they can get hefty. And if you're not used to challenges, honey boo, this is a tough road, especially when you're handling children with another person that you probably have separated from, or you used to get married to. It might be a challenge to some people to still be able to act right and do right by you or by the other person. So create a support system that can advise you, that you can have a shoulder to lean on, that you can cry on, that you can ask for advice whenever you need advice. Engage in a support group like Single Parents Revival is a support group. It's a community to support single parents. Engage with people like us so that we can tell you what we've been through, how we handled it. Some people will give you their stories, and out of everything that you'll receive in the community, you'll be able to make a good decision on how to move forward when it comes to your own. So engage in support groups and forums and co-parenting counselors to share experiences and solutions of your situations. Looking after personal well-being. This is the grandiose. Number 7. This is the grandiose of the grandiose, because ensuring personal wellness to effectively engage in co-parenting is super important, because if you have been through a separation or a divorce or maybe a death, situations can be really tough. You can be emotionally overwhelmed, emotionally distraught, emotionally affected, and it's always good to nurture that soil, your emotional well-being, and nurture that soil, nurture it so that you're able to be a good person to your children and to the other person. Balance your personal life, your relationships, and co-parenting responsibilities. This is the hardest, yet the easiest to speak about, but the hardest to do. Being a single parent can be tough to be able to balance your personal life, your relationships, or your co-parenting responsibilities. Somewhat in between there, one or the other might be thrown out the curve. But I do suggest that if you can, please take care of yourselves. If you don't have friends who can talk to you, get a therapist. That is one way of taking care of yourself. If you can drop your kids in a daycare and just go somewhere and get a massage, or go somewhere and have a nice drink with a friend, go have lunch, go have dinner, kindly do that if that makes you happy. If you're the type of a person that likes to shop, because some people shopping is therapy, go shop. You go do you. Go live your life without children and enjoy you for a little second there, for a hot minute, right? That's how we say, for a hot minute. Go do you. Go love on you so that you have enough to come share with the children or share with the other party. Look after your personal well-being. Meditate. Sit down and or do some breathing exercises if you don't have to spend money to have a personal well-being sometimes, So sit in your house, meditate. Sit in your house, breathing exercises. All these things are on YouTube. Sit in your house and exercise. Exercise makes your brain groove and it allows you to be focused and to release the stress. So do that. That will really help. So in my conclusion to co-parenting, this is what I would like to say. Co-parenting requires great effort, understanding, and a lot of patience. By adapting these effective communication strategies that I just shared here with you guys and incorporate that with a great attitude, co-parenting can provide a stable, loving, and a nurturing environment for you and the children. Through shared experiences and expert advice, the episode aims to equip single parents with the knowledge and tools necessary for successful co-parenting dynamics. Join us in exploring the pathway to an harmonious co-parenting and enriching the lives of our children amidst all the single parenthood challenges. Thank you so much for being with us here today. And in our next second episode of this particular topic, I'm going to invite a therapist or a successful single parent duo to share their insight and practical advice on maintaining a harmonious parenting experience and relationship. Until then, bye-bye. God bless. Talk to you soon. Nancy Kim checking out.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Solo Parenting Strength. Remember, you are never alone in this journey. If today's episode resonated with you, please consider sharing it with other single parents who might find solace in our supportive community. Remember to subscribe, rate, and leave a review on your preferred podcast platform. Your feedback enables us to reach more single parents who may need this beacon of strength. Until next time, always remember, the strength you seek resides within you. Take care and keep thriving. Solo Parent Strength, Navigating with Resilience is produced by Single Parents Revival. For additional resources and community support, visit our website at www.singleparentsrevival.com. We're grateful to have you as part of our empowering community. Thank you for being here.